What's up, guys? It is Thursday, January 9th, 2024. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 878,560, guys. TikTok, next block. Oh, another block just came out, 878,561 as we record this. Now, as you can see, the priority, no priority, low priority, medium priority, high priority for the transaction fees are really low, guys. So nobody's really transacting on the base layer right now. So, guys, if you want to move some Bitcoin on the base layer, layer one, or consolidate some UTXOs, this is the perfect time. And speaking of the perfect time, I did a Rumble video today. By the time you watch this video, it'll be uploaded. Go ahead and follow me on Rumble, Jerry Loves Freedom. And then also follow me on Noster, same thing, Jerry Loves Freedom. And then follow me on X at Jerry Loves Freedom. Also, we got the Bitcoin Amigos live show tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific time. And then also we got our music going on. Obviously, we got the list here over at Wave Lake, brought to you by Chris Never Misses from Fractal Bitcoin. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel. He's one of the Migos. And also King Jor, I like to call him Jor from 88 Sats Radio. He's also a Bitcoin Amigos. Make sure you subscribe to them, subscribe to the Bitcoin Amigos, and let's get started. All right, guys, let's get into these numbers. Obviously, the price is dipping just a little bit today. We're down to, as of this recording, 92,553. No big deal, guys. No big deal. Then you see the Dixie, the dollar is up today. These are the 5-day charts. And as you can see, they're pretty much the opposites. When one is down, one is up. But again, the dollar will win short term sometimes, but in the long run, obviously, Bitcoin is going to kick its butt. Let's take a look at sats per dollar, guys. And as you can see here, you can get yourself 1,079 Satoshis for $1, guys. We're dumping down to 92,700, and I'll explain why. Most likely the reason why here in a few minutes in the news. But yeah, that's what's going on. But it's no big deal, guys. Sats are on sale. Okay, guys, we got a bright light, so dim your phones. All right, we're looking at the companies by market cap. Obviously, gold is not a company, but it's an asset, and gold is obviously number one. It just went over 18 trillion, I think, for the first time at number one. And then obviously the one we care about, the one we're here for, is 1.8 trillion. And we're 10x lower right now than gold. But trust me, guys, in a few years, I think we'll be 10x gold. I really do. I really believe that. This is the website that shows you how to get your fair share. 244,759 Satoshis out of 19.8 million Bitcoins and 8 out of 8 billion people. That's your fair share, guys. 92,609. Today's price at $226 can get you your absolute fair share. And again, it's honestly, it's way lower than that. It's if you got less than that, but again, I would highly suggest, not financial advice, you get to your million, because again, like the great Satoshi says, it might make sense just in case it catches on. All right, let's go to the Bitcoin rich list. And as you can see, this updates all the time. You hit the refresh button. This is bitinfocharts.com. And then the Bitcoin rich list is basically all the Bitcoin balances on the exchanges, the wallets. Right now, there's just over 6.2 million Bitcoin address with 0.0001 Bitcoin. I guess that's maybe 10 million Satoshis, maybe 0 to 10 million, I believe. It's a big chunk of the network. And see where you're at on here. And guys, listen, you don't have to have one Bitcoin. Again, like I showed you, you can get yourself 1,000 Satoshis for one cuck buck today. One cuck buck. And one day, guys, it'll be dollar parity, $1 per Satoshi. And again, this will be people's weekly paychecks in the future. I'm telling you, man, it really will. So make sure you get your fair share. See where you're at in here. No matter what level you're on, guys, right here, you're cooking with fish grease, no matter what. So get yourself some Satoshis, move up in the ranks, and make sure you get a piece of the finite pie and secure your generational wealth. Let's look at the Bitcoin ownership distribution, river.com. It shows an actual chart of it. It's pretty cool. Again, 70% of the Bitcoin that are mined today are owned by the plebs, by us. And these big guys, the businesses, the other entities, the governments, the ETFs, and all this other stuff, the only way they can get it is from us. So we got to huddle, guys. We got to make sure we hold on for dear life and don't give up your Bitcoin no matter what. All right, let's go to timechainstats.com. We're going to go to the dashboard here. And as you can see, the Bitcoin price and hash rate is going up and up. It's going up and to the right, as of always. The yellow line indicates the hash rate, and the green line is the Bitcoin price. And as you can see, like the great Max Kaiser says, the price always follows the hash rate. So basically what the hash rate is how many miners are plugged in and are trying to mine for Bitcoin and trying to solve that equation that we talked about right here. So Binance Pool, they won the last block at 878,561. They're a miner. The more miners that are plugged in, the more powerful the network is. You know what I mean? And then the difficulty adjustment will go up and down based on how many there are. And I'll talk about that in a second in the next slide. All right, so we got timechaincalendar.com. Like I said, the difficulty adjustment here in this little red circle. We're 415 blocks away from it going up or down, depending on what it is. Right now, we're almost perfect. Average block time is 9 minutes and 59 seconds. That's pretty damn close. We're supposed to be at about 10 minutes, and you can't get any closer than that. And again, the difficulty adjustment changes every 2016 blocks, a fortnight, 2 weeks. Depends on how many miners are online and everything. Because if it's too easy, they'll make the difficulty harder. If it's too hard, they'll make the difficulty a little easier. And then you got the blocks per halving and all these indicators. Guys, timechaincalendar.com and all these websites are here to help your fundamentals. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to give you some news and some numbers and all that. And the price is important. Yeah, of course, because it depends on how many dollars it takes for the cup bucks and everything else. But short, oh, here goes a new block, 878,562. Boom, baby. Just now. I love that, man. I love that. It's crazy. But these numbers are the fundamentals. Just like Tim Duncan, he's a great basketball player because he knew his fundamentals. In order to be a great Bitcoiner, you got to know your fundamentals. All right, guys, we got a bright light coming, so dim your phones. Fear and Greed Index. Look at this, guys. Wow. 50, guys. Okay, we've been talking about this last couple of days. When it goes this way to the yellow, orange, and red, again, it went from 50 to 69. For some reason, 69 is the number, and I'll get to that later with the big news today. Most of you guys probably already know it. We dropped 19 points in the Fear and Greed Index, man. So, again, this is not financial advice, but I definitely smash bought today because when it goes this way, we always want a dollar cost average, of course. But if you got some dry powder on the side, again, I'm not telling you what to do, but this is a perfect time to buy. This is coinmarketcap.com. This is the list of all the cryptocurrencies. And as you can see, Bitcoin is always number one. Again, there is no second best at 19.8 million circulating supplies. As you can see, all these other crap got 120 million coins, 137 whatever coins, I don't know, trillion, whatever it is, billion. All these things are projects, guys. Again, somebody owns it. They got a CEO, CFO. Again, Bitcoin is different because it had its fair launch, immaculate conception, and nobody owns it. It's a protocol. And here's the market cap Bitcoin dominance. So again, all those cryptocurrencies, the 30-something thousand, 40-something thousand, whatever they are, out of all the money that is in the crypto space, 58% of it is in Bitcoin. Again, guys, there is no second best. And speaking of crap coins, guys, we're going to go ahead to these exchanges that hold crap coins. And Coinbase right now has gained 1,255 Bitcoin over the last 24 hours. Now, why do you think that is? We'll explain that in a minute. And Binance has gotten the green 652. So again, when you see these exchanges, they're not Bitcoin only exchanges, guys. I'll talk about that in a second. These exchanges gaining more Bitcoin, that means the price is usually going down because people are dumping their Bitcoin. This is the top 19 list of all the Bitcoin holders on the exchanges. And speaking of exchanges, here's the Bitcoin balances versus the Bitcoin price. The yellow is the price, the green is the balance. And as you can see, the price has been going down up here in the yellow at 92,000, just under 93,000. But the balance is still 2.19 million Bitcoin. So again, price has been dumping, but there's not a lot of Bitcoin on the exchanges still, guys. So what do you think is going to happen when Trump gets in office? Just saying, guys. Just saying. So just another reminder, guys, if you have your Bitcoin, if you're buying through Coinbase, I can show you a better way to do it because Coinbase, messes with the other cryptos and stuff like that. And if you're a true Bitcoiner, you don't want to support that. I'm going to show you 3 Bitcoin companies that are not only the cheapest way to buy Bitcoin, but you can also get some Bitcoin for free. The first one is Bitcoin Well. Go ahead and use that link. Again, I want you to use all 3 of these. Try them out, see which one you like the best. Bitcoin Well, when you verify your account, they give you 5 tosses into the well, get you some free Satoshis. Then my second favorite is Swan, which they did some breaking news today. If you live in New York State, you can now use Swan. That is huge news, guys. Huge news. And I got some personal friends that when I get off the phone, I am going to call them and tell them about this. So use my link or my QR code. You get your first $10 of Satoshis for free, which is over 10,000 Satoshis. And then on your first $10,000 of buys, there will be no fees at all. So that's great. And my favorite Bitcoin only company is Strike. You can buy every hour on the hour. If you use my link, not only can you buy every hour on the hour, but as you can see here, we'll both get 100 of fee-free Bitcoin trading. So your first $100 is free. You use that $100, and after the first 7 days of DCAing, dollar cost averaging, on the 8th day, you would get no fees forever as long as you keep that DCA going. You can buy every hour on the hour and get your generational wealth going. All right, guys, we got a bright light coming, so dim your phones. MicroStrategy, again, at 71,440 worth of Bitcoin at 447,000 Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen. Every time I see that, I'm just like, wow. Again, man, countries are not going to get that. You know what I mean? There's no country that has more than that. And as we'll talk about that, the number one country is going to be going down allegedly, but we'll see. But yeah, they're killing it as far as the companies are going. Because if you look at all the top companies, Marathon Digital only has 44,000. Then you got Riot Platform 17,000. Hut 8 Mining Corporation has 10. CleanSpark 9, and you can see this. So this is BitcoinTreasuries.net. So you can check out all the ETFs as well and all the companies that own Bitcoin. All right, let's get into the ETFs, what they did the other day. So on January 8th, yesterday, BlackRock sold 1,300 Bitcoin, and then Fidelity sold 2,752 Bitcoin. ARK 21 shares sold over 1,500, almost 1,600. Bitwise sold 120. Again, even with that little sale, BlackRock is still number one by far at 557,000. But Grayscale is catching up to Fidelity because Grayscale yesterday didn't sell anything as of this recording. So they're only about 1,000 behind Fidelity. So we'll see what happens there. And again, this website is bitcoinstrategyplatform.com. Now, this website is heyapollo.com Bitcoin tracker. And this shows all the indicators. You see all the numbers, what the fees are, Bitcoin per 1,000 shares, who their custodian is. Again, guys, if you got it on Coinbase, get it off there, man. Get yourself a cold storage, maybe like a Blockstream Jade or Cold Card or something like that. And this shows you all the numbers of what's going on with the ETFs. And here's the ETFs Bitcoin holdings since inception, since January 11th, 2024, almost a year ago. Exactly a year ago. You got GPTC, just got the color coded here. It's a pretty cool chart. And again, this is the overview. Now let's go to the flows. Now this is the daily flows. I don't think this is updated yet. Yeah, this is as of January 6th. So this is the same, not updated yet. 9,505 buys since January 6th. And then this right here is in my top two charts right here. Net Bitcoin ETF flows daily and total since January 11th, 2024. And this is when the gold rush started, guys, right here. And it's going up and up and up. And as you can see, the dailies, ups and downs and everything. The ETFs and BlackRock in particular, like Hoover Vacuum, they're just sucking up the Bitcoin. Now, the third chart is holdings. And as you can see, this is another visual indicator of what they have. You can hover your mouse over here, 527,000. Again, that's a little behind, a couple days behind. Then you see MicroStrategy, number 2 behind IBIT. GPTC is actually behind FBTC. And as you can see, those are the colored charted holdings. And then this right here is one of my favorites as well, 1 or 2. This is the animation of when it started on January 11th. And as you can see at the top, GPTC is just killing it in the beginning. They had 600-something thousand. And of course, IBIT tracked them down like a hunter and then passed them up. And then you see FBTC trying to catch up to GPTC slowly but surely here. You can see the dates here. And I just love this chart, man. I love this animation. As you can see, they're catching up and then as of today, Fidelity has passed them. All right, guys, just as a reminder, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, I have a lot of viewers that come here that are not subscribed. So please go ahead and do that and turn on the notification bell so you know when I make a video. And the number one thing you can do on the poor man's plan, like my plan, is to share the video, please. Obviously, comment, like the video, and all that good jazz. And then you can check my playlists out down here. I got door dashing for sats. I upload a video every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday here. And then obviously you're watching the Bitcoin numbers and news, BNN. I upload Monday through Thursday. And then, of course, I do the live every Friday with the Bitcoin Amigos. And then on Saturday, you got my Satoshi Saturday, where it's nothing but signal about Satoshis and everything else. And that's when I walk around and talk about how important Satoshis are. So please go ahead and check those out. And speaking of Satoshis, if you'd like to donate to the channel, I didn't do any shout outs today because nobody donated yesterday, which is fine. Only if you can, every once in a while, maybe 10 sats, 20 sats, or whatever you can throw at me my way if you're enjoying value for value. And I really, really appreciate it. That's the number one thing you can do to support this channel, this hard work, and this Bitcoin movement, so we can make sure we can get as much adoption as we can. All right, guys, let's get into the big news. This is the big news. U.S. court greenlights sale of $6.5 billion in seized Silk Road Bitcoin. So that's the big news today, guys. They're talking about the Biden administration, the un-American administration, selling off 69,000 Bitcoins. That's the big news today, guys. And You can look at it as good news or bad news or whatever, but basically it says the ruling does not ensure immediate liquidation of the seized Bitcoin, as federal asset forfeiture requires several administrative processes. So yeah, and I'm going to show you, several different ones on this. Bitcoin crash imminent. US DOJ receives green light to sell 69,370. Why's it got to be 69,000, Joe Biden? You trying to troll us? Anyways, worth just over 6.5 billion in Bitcoin. Crazy, man. This is what you call an administration trying to sabotage the oncoming administration. This is all this is. Bitcoin heads to 90K as crypto sell-off gathers steam. So a lot of people are selling off for various reasons. Obviously, the number one story is the Biden administration selling off 69,000 Bitcoin. All right, I wanted to show you this video on that very subject. A guy made a really quick, I think it was a TikTok video. So let's check it out.
Is the Biden administration about to dump billions worth of Bitcoin as a final jab at Trump? News broke last night that the U.S. government got the green light to sell 69,370 Bitcoin seized from Silk Road. So while the drama, the decision marks the end of a 4-year legal battle with claimants like Battleborn Investments arguing for ownership. They even filed a FOIA request to unmask individual X, the mysterious person who surrendered the Bitcoin in 2020. On December 30th, the Northern District Court of California denied a motion to block the sale. Now the DOJ has the green light to liquidate. And while the sale isn't necessarily immediate, they often opt to sell quickly due to the volatility of crypto assets. Now enter the politics. This summer, Trump came out and promised a Bitcoin reserve using the seized Bitcoin that was under the DOJ's possession as the foundation of his strategic national Bitcoin stockpile. We've got insiders saying that they are not surprised at all, seeing this as a final FU to Trump. So what's next? Will the DOJ dump within the next 10 days? And will Trump see this as an offense and want to double down and buy more Bitcoin because of it?
Yeah, I think that's what Trump is going to do. And I think that's definitely what the Biden administration is doing. And again, I'm not going to get into politics in this video. You can go over to my Rumble channel to check that out. But let's just say Biden is doing everything he can to undermine Trump's new administration. My quick thoughts on this is this. Am I mad that they're selling off the Bitcoin? No. I could be mad because, again, we want the SBR and everything else. But for selfish reasons, number one, I do want the price to go down. I want to buy more Satoshis. And also, too, we confiscated, we stole that Bitcoin. So it's not really ours in the first place. So dump it back into the market. I just hope that the plebs and the new people buy it before the Black Rocks and the big players get it, But my thoughts on it is, hey, sell it off and then clean the slate. And I mean, again, we'll be, as a superpower, I do want us to have the most Bitcoin as a government. I just do because I'm an American, but that way we can get it the right way. Use gold certificate, use gold. And then hopefully Elon Musk can cut the spending down and then take some of that spending and buy some more Bitcoin with it. And then hopefully in the future, we can pay off some debt. All right, I just wanted to show you this. This is really cool. I got this from Bitcoin News. Solo Satoshi unveils the BitX Touch, the world's first open source touchscreen Bitcoin miner built on BitX and Axos, represent a groundbreaking step in the open source Bitcoin mining revolution. Wow. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Depends on how much it costs. I might get me one of those, and it depends on how much energy to use, but it looks pretty cool. Okay, bright light, guys. Bright light. U.S. court orders early Bitcoin investors to reveal private keys. So yeah, this is what the guy was talking about in that video. The court believes securing the private keys is a very important step in this case, as without them, the money is practically lost. So yeah, the court is ordering the person, ordered Frank Richard Algren III, an early Bitcoin investor, to hand over the private keys to his digital asset stash worth approximately 124 million. Wow. Wow. Is that a little bit of an overreach? I don't know, but I don't like it, of course. But hey, this is why we Bitcoin and put it in cold storage. So they have to ask for it and they can't just come and take it. All right, one more little story. My Primer Bitcoin launches Bitcoin Diploma 2025. I think this is in El Salvador. My Primer Bitcoin, my first Bitcoin, announces their new 2025 Bitcoin Diploma edition, providing free, high-quality Bitcoin education for all. So yeah, so San Salvador is launching its updated and revised Bitcoin Diploma. I think they've already had it for a couple of years now. And as you can see, it's a 176-page diploma book divided into 10 chapters and intended for a 10-week learning program. Again, guys, they're going to be doing studies on Bitcoin. That's why I tell you to study it now while you can, because again, it's the future. This is why I tell people to study Bitcoin, because we want to get into the new system and get out of the old system. And speaking of the old system, this is why we Bitcoin, guys. Every time I go here every single day, just a reminder that at $36.3 trillion of our debt to people that are not even born yet is ridiculous. This fiat currency is a joke, it's a farce, and it's a lie. $106,859,000 debt per U.S. citizen. Again, what did you do to get that debt? It's bad enough we've got to use credit cards to pay off the debt because of inflation, but now you're telling us we even owe even more? because you decided to print money, it's just absolutely evil, guys. It's absolutely evil. So thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you for all your support and everything else. Please share this video if you don't mind. And just as a reminder, man, it's the Bitcoin price is down. Satoshis are on sale. It doesn't matter what the US government is doing, whether Trump buys or not. This is a great opportunity to get some cheap Satoshis. And I highly suggest, again, not financial advice, to look into taking advantage of that and also studying Bitcoin, like that education program. And the reason why we want to study it, because we know that it's the only way to stop inflation short and long term, and also to pay off that massive debt that I just showed you. And there's only one way to do that. And I think you guys already know what it is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.